right, well, let's go ahead and start. And Vanessa, would you give us an opening prayer?
I would love to.
Thank you.
Dear Heavenly Father, we're grateful for this day. We're thankful for the words and the encouragement we receive in General Conference. We're grateful for all the firefighters, all the doctors, nurses, and scientists who are trying to help us get through this. Please bless them, protect them, and watch over them. Please help us to be able to help others with their family history and be able to do our own. Please help us to know which families need our help to find their names. Please help us to be able to bless the lives of others with our knowledge and our abilities. And please bless all of those who need from thee, and especially those who are sick and afflicted. And we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, let me just start off by telling you that I am very not techie. I'm not a techie person at all. So as I'm teaching this, you have to know that of all family history things, this is probably the thing I know the least. Nancy could probably teach this much better. But John saw that commercial, which I'm going to show again, after conference, and was so excited about it that we thought this would be a good class to teach this time. And so it was good for me because then I could learn also a few little things I didn't know, and let you know that if I can do it, you can do it. What I'm going to do first is I just want to give you a tour of memories on Family Search. So let's just get a tour of where everything is. Just so you realize that on Family Search, every single person has, oh, I forgot I logged out. Every single person has their own memory page. And all of the memories for everybody that you have, all the memories that you have added to Family Search go up here in this holding bin of memories. So let's look at some of these individual memories. This is my grandfather. I'm going to his person page. And right here are the memories that we've posted onto his page. So if I click on that, you can see there's photos, there's documents, and there are stories. And just so you're aware, and I'll show you, there's a place on Family Search too where you can go to remember all this. You can learn how to do memories. I'll show you that in a little bit. But just so you know that with photos, you need to have a JPEG, a PNG, a TIFF, or a BMP. And I only know what a JPEG is. So, and for documents, you have to have a PDF. That's why these photos are here, is because these were already in PDF format. So I couldn't put them up here. I had to put them down there. So let's look at one of these photos. When you get into this page right here, after you've uploaded your photo, which we're going to talk about how to do that, you have a place where you can actually put a title. You can determine if you want it to be public or private. So you can actually have photos that only you can see. By the actions here, you can actually rotate them if they happen to be, you know, lopsided. You can download it, add to an album, which I'll show you where those albums are. You can change it to a document. That just means change it from a photo to a document. And you can move it to your archive, or you can delete it. You can bookmark it. There's a place for where they have all the bookmark photos in the general memory area. You can share it. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, or you can email it. And here's the link right here. Over here to the right are all the people that have been tagged. It's just like Facebook. If I want this photo to go to every single person on this picture, all I have to do is tag them. And if you click, like if this light up here was a photo, oh, it's not doing it, but usually if you click on here, a little box will appear and you can actually tag that person. There, see, like that. And then you can actually put who they are, and usually if the name is is in that family group, it'll pop up below and you can just click on it. If not, over here, it will give you the option to be able to go look for that person so that you can get there and then click on it so that it will go and be tagged to that person. So that's really convenient so that I don't have to go to each individual person and put this photo on there. All I have to do is tag them. And that's really helpful if you have a huge family group as well. Then over here, you can add an event date, a place, a description. You can add it to an album, which I'll show you where that is. I've added it to the Hallam album. Or you can actually add a story to go with this photo. And look at this awesome feature right here. You can even record a memory. That's why we've had John for a while. We were trying, before the COVID shut down, we were trying to get to rest homes and encourage people to take Family Search with them. And then get these photos on here and then have those people in the rest homes record a memory. Wouldn't that be awesome to have that done?
You can do that from your phone too.
Yeah, you can do it on your phone as well. Okay, so the other place, that's their individual memory place. But up here, this is the holding bin for all of them. So we have an overview. This is an overview where they'll tell you about all the new stuff that's happening and everything. And here's the gallery. These are all the photos, 620 photos and documents and stories that I have uploaded to Family Search. These are only the ones that I have uploaded, not that everybody in my family has uploaded. So up here at the top, this is all. This button right here just shows photos. This one shows stories. This is documents. And this is the audio, if you did record somebody. Then over here, you can do A to Z, those without a title, those that aren't tagged. So if you forgot to tag some, you can pop it up and see who didn't you tag yet. Some that aren't an album, and if they're private or public, you can make, these are like lists that you can look at. You can even line them up this way, or you can line them up this way. Let's see if I can move this out of the way. Or you can do a search for somebody. Like if I wanted to search for my grandpa, I could type in Herman and just see what might be there. And then if you delete it, it just brings you back. Over here, these are things that you've archived, that they're not active anymore. Things I've recently deleted. These are the bookmarks that I mentioned before, so that if you have pictures that are really special to you that you bookmarked, you can come here and look at them. And down here, you can create albums. I have an album here for several of my main family lines. But here's a really cool feature that's kind of new that I haven't experimented too much with. You can create a slideshow. So if there's an album here that you want to create and you want to put pictures in for a slideshow, you put all your pictures from your gallery into that, you just put them in an album, and then you create a slideshow. Isn't that cool? And you can decide how fast you want it to go, how slow you want it to go. And so I thought that was pretty cool.
But you can't download videos yet, right?
You don't have that feature yet. It's just video. Right. It takes a lot of space, so.
Yeah, but you can do audios. All right, so now what I want you to do, or what I'm going to talk to you about, is about how to get your memories onto Family Tree. So step one is always, first of all, let me show you where that little place is that you can, if you want to learn more about it. See this question mark here? If you click on the question mark, click on Help Center, and then you click on Memories, they have several different articles here on how to add to memories. So if you forget, don't know what to do, you can come here or call me and we'll figure it out together. All right, so step one in uploading and adding memories to Family Tree is that you need to, first of all, get your pictures. That's the first step. You need to get your pictures and your documents. And then you need to make sure that they're scanned, or if you happen to have your photos on Google Photos, you can pull them from there. So either way, you can scan them or do Google Photos. Now, scanning can often be the hardest part of all of this. Loading them onto Family Search is really easy. It's the scanning that can take some time. I can't tell you how many boxes of slides because I'm old. And I finally hired somebody in my ward to go to BYU because BYU has a slide scanner. They'll do 30 slides at a time. So I paid her by the hour to go and scan all of my slides and put them on a flash drive. And then she brought them back, and then I was able to organize them on my computer in the order that I wanted them and to label them or whatever. And from there, if there's some I want to put onto Family Search, I can. BYU also has a flatbed scanner, but so do we. BYU has high-speed scanner, but so do we. In fact, I asked them what kind they have, and I got the exact same kind that they have. So it's very, very useful. Now, I apologize that we haven't got it out to the Family History Center yet. I was trying to learn it, and I just have been very, very slow. So we will get it there very soon. And I'm going to have someone write up instructions for us so that we can have it. And just so you know, it's really, really easy. You just push a button, you push another button, and it comes in into a little folder, and then you can just put it on your flash drive and take it home. So, or if you have your Google Photos, you can pull them from there. It's just that the main idea is that you have to scan them and store them somewhere on your computer. You have to have them someplace on your computer where you can pull from them. So that is step one. Now, a couple of things that might be helpful to you as you're going about scanning or trying to get your pictures ready, especially into a JPEG format. And I don't want to throw you over the edge or anything, but this little squiggly guy right here is called OrphanView. I use this a lot because when pictures are saved from this format, they're JPEG. So sometimes I may have a picture. Now, I hope this isn't too much information overload, but sometimes I may find a picture maybe on Facebook or on the internet or something. And so what I'll do is I'll go to that picture and I might do print screen. Let me just use an example here. Whoop, let me go back. Let me go to me. Let's say this is a picture and I wanted to have a copy of that, but whoops. But I didn't know how to do it. You know, a lot of times you can do a right click and you can print, but sometimes you can't. And so sometimes what you can do, if you have a Mac, this doesn't work, but if you have a regular PC, you can just do print screen, push the little print screen button. You come over to your little OrphanView guy, and you can do Control V.
Where did you get that little guy, the OrphanView guy?
I'm going to tell you in a minute.
Okay.
And then, and that can be a whole other class of how to use it. But just so you know that it lets me just go ahead and kind of put a circle around it. And then I can go to edit and crop it. And then I can go and save it. So that's a way sometimes, especially whenever I'm doing research for people, that I can get pictures that may be in a book online or somewhere that I want to be able to save. But I don't, not to give you information overload, I just want you to know that it exists, that it's a great thing, it's free, and it's safe because it's on all the family history computers at the library.
Hey,
Diane, please spell that for us in the notes so that later in the lesson we can look in the
Here it
notes.
is right here, IRFANVIEW. You see it? It's right there.
IRFAN, capital VIEW.
The
Hey,
only thing is to be careful. Like anytime you download stuff, always be careful because sometimes McAfee and these other places try to sneak in. And so when you're downloading one thing, it downloads the other. So just be careful when you're downloading it. But it is free and it's safe. I've had it on my computer for probably 8-10 years.
Diane,
Yes.
if you go back to your web browser there, the window behind, and you right click on that picture of the lady, you can do save
Right.
image as.
Save image as.
Yeah.
And
That's-
I will do that first sometimes. But yeah, for the Mac, that would be really good too. And sometimes I can't do a save image as. I've run into those problems sometimes. So, but thank you. That is excellent. And I do use that a lot, save image as, and then you can put it wherever you want to.
You can also use that copy image, not the copy image address, but the copy image, and then paste it directly into your Irfin view or whatever
cool.
your image
Oh,
editor.
cool. Cool. Thank you. We need tech people around here. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know about IrfanView, but I use Snip.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Snip does some of the same things. I don't think it does all of them.
Well, you know what? I bet one of them, that would be good. And maybe we should have a class on that sometime too.
Yeah, maybe a tech lesson.
Yeah, on it. Yes, exactly. A tech lesson. That would be helpful for me. Okay, the other thing that you may want to do is you'll get a picture and you might want to make it look better. And I'm sure some of you already know about MyHeritage. As members of the church, you can get a free membership to MyHeritage. And once you do, they have this wonderful feature now where you can enhance or colorize your photos. So just to give you a little example, I just try it now, and then it asks me to upload my photo. So I'll click upload photos and select files. I can either drag them over or select them. And I thought I'd use this as an example. My great-grandparents. Why is it saying, oh wait, maybe because, oh, there we are, done. Done. Okay, now I can click on them and I can enhance it. Look at their little wand, it goes around. And I can colorize it. See, and you can see the difference here a little bit. They show you before and after, or I can colorize it. And there's the before and the after. If I want to see the whole thing, I just click after, and that's what it looks like. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
So if you wanted to doctor up your pictures before you put them on, these are just a couple, just IrfanView to get them where you want to get them, or make them JPEG. And this, if you want to make them a little bit clearer, maybe a little bit more real. Although sometimes we like the black and white. So it's just up to you what you want to do. So once you've done that, all you have to do then is just download it, enhanced, and then just go put it wherever you want to put it. Save it. Again, that's the important thing to do. You got to scan and save. Scan and save. So colorize and save. Whatever you're going to do, you just have to save it. And so I'm going to save it right here. Save it back in Pelham. Okay, so scan and save. Now, just one thing that might be helpful before you start scanning and saving, you might want to set up a place to put them all. For me, this is my laptop. Everything is on my desktop computer. And so I had to kind of make something up here. But what I have on my desktop computer is I have a folder called Ancestral Photos and Documents. And then I have a folder for each of my family names so that the folders are all ready to go. So that after I scan them, I have a place to save them that will make sense to me when I want to go look for them, because that's the important thing. You want to save them somewhere where you can find them again. So that's what I do. I just have it on my desktop so I can find it really quickly, just right here. And then I have subfolders. And lately I've been trying to learn the machine. So I've been doing my son's pictures. So these are Spencer's right here. Okay, so now, first step was to scan and save. So once you do that, now it's just the easy stuff. So now we're going to transfer. So what we're going to do is right here, we're going to use, this is my Dennis's mother. Whoops. She just passed away this year, so everybody can see her photos now. In fact, Dennis brought back all of her photos for me to scan. So I scanned some of them, and I'm going to show you how to add it in here. So this is Doris Marie Faulkner. I'm going to go into her memories. Right here it says upload photo. Now, you could upload all your photos here into memories. If you wanted to do that first and just upload all your photos in here, you just click that little plus and you can put them all in here first and then select and put them in there. But for me, the way my brain works, I like to do one person at a time. So I just upload them into her. Instead of uploading them all into memories first, I go straight to the person and I put them in there. So right here, I just click upload photo. And then I have to go find where is that photo that I wanted to do. So here's Rogers. Here's Doris. And I want to put in one of these photos. So I'm going to put in this one right here. That's all I had to do. I just clicked on it to save, and here it is. Now there's a red exclamation point. That's because they want me to tag it. First, I'm going to add a title. The title is Doris and son Danny. Now click the image to tag Doris. I click that. All I have to do, it already knows it's Doris, so I just save it. Well, now I want to do Danny. Remember I told you that we can tag other people. Well, Danny's deceased. So I can actually tag that or click that. Who's in this memory? I'm going to put Danny. And see, sometimes it pops up. There's Danny J. Rogers right there. Now he is tagged and his name's over here so that we know that he is tagged. So now if I wanted to add it to an album, I could click this. And do I have a Rogers album? I do. So I can put that and it's now in that album. So if I ever wanted to look at all the Rogers pictures, they would be right there. Okay, so let me show you how to add. Let me show you one more time how to do it, just to make sure. Upload photo, go in here, try to find a photo. Here, we'll put the one in here of, this will look, if the Woodhouses are in here, this will look more familiar to them because we were in the military together in England, just before we went to England. There's Doris. This is Dennis. He is living. I can still add the picture to him. It's just that no one will be able to see that but me and him because he's living. Okay, you have that? Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to add a document. For that, I'm going to go to Doris's brother, Jesse. I'm going to click on memories. I'm going to click on upload document, and I have already scanned his obituary. So I've already scanned it. It's ready to go. Upload document. I stored that also under Rogers. No, I didn't. It's right here. It was under Rogers, but not under Doris. Obituary of Jess Faulkner. Click on it. Open. There it is. And you notice they still have processing because they have to approve them. One time I posted a drawing that my father had done, and my grandfather, before he joined the church, was a great man of words when it came to swearing. And so a lot of expletives. So my father had drawn this real funny picture of what had happened when he had tried to change the oil into the car and it all had fallen on him. So he had this, all those little symbols for swearing. So they weren't going to approve it, but I wrote to him and said, it's just a cartoon my dad drew of my grandfather, and so they approved it. So, but they just want to make sure that there's nothing obscene that gets added on here. I can actually click on that, and again, I can add a title. This is obituary. And, I didn't even know this, but Jesse and his wife, Dorothy, died on the same day. He died in the Veterans Hospital in Phoenix, and she died at her home on the same day.
Oh, for crying out loud.
That's how you upload a document. Now, if I wanted to add a story.
Diane,
Yes?
could you then tag her in that obituary and it would go to her document?
Oh, let me see. I'm not sure if we can tag documents.
If it's not a JPEG, you can tag it. Oh, maybe even if it is a JPEG.
This is this isn't a JPEG. This is a PDF. I don't know if you can tag a PDF. Well, up here it says who's in this memory. Let me
Yes.
tag Dorothy.
Okay, so maybe you can't tag her in the memory, but you can still list them.
I got to go figure out what her name is so I can look for her. This is good because now we can go look for her. Her name is Dorothy Mae Hunter, and this is her PID number. So I'm going to copy that. I'll go back here. Who's in this memory? Dorothy, what was her name? Her name again?
Dorothy Mae Hunter.
What, Hunter? Okay.
Hunter.
And it, whoops. It didn't come up, so I can put add new. And right here where it says attach to family tree, I click that and I can paste that PID number right here and select attach. Thank you for that question. Appreciate that, because that's how you can tag them without clicking on it. Just up here where it says who's in this memory. Thank you.
Actually, if this was not lesson time, you could probably find other people in the obituary that you wanted to tag.
Very good. Yes. Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So now, as far as stories, I couldn't find it. I posted all my stories, so I couldn't actually go to a story. But let me just show you a story. Okay. Where is View Tree? Remember, if you ever get lost, just click on the home. Dorothy, go home. Click your heels 3 times. There's your home right there. We'll go to Grandpa again. My grandmother wrote the funniest stories about my grandfather, which was awesome because he was an alcoholic. She could have just thrown up her hands and just said, walked away. But, she seemed to find humor in everything, that thin line between comedy and tragedy. So she wrote hilarious stories about him. And so what we did is I had the stories already typed up, so I just copied and pasted the stories right in here. And if you want to add a photo, let's say, for example, there was no photo here. I could click on Edit Story, and it allows me to add a photo or remove this photo and add more photos if I want to. So it's really awesome to do that. So this lesson was very short because that's basically it. That's how you add memories to Family Search. Isn't it easy?
Yeah.
And I think this is one of the ways that we can help get our children, especially our teenagers, perhaps into Family Search, is maybe pay them to go scan our photos or get them the task, not the task, I don't want to make it sound negative, but the joy of adding photos to these people, because it's really fun to be able to look at them. It's like adding that obituary. I had no idea it was in the pack of things that Dennis brought home from his mother after she died. And I didn't know that they died on the same day in 2 different places. It's just interesting to maybe perhaps it will spark their interest in these people, to realize that they're real people, real lives, and that they have same kind of characteristics. In fact, there was another video I wish you could could see, but that's another one along the lines. You go to YouTube and just type in memories from Family Search and you'll probably come across it. But sometimes I think they've even done studies on it that if you have had a hard childhood, if you can get in there and learn about your ancestors, that it really does help you to get past that generation and to learn the strength of character that you inherited from some of these ancestors. So it's really important to collect their stories and their pictures, and so that we don't forget them. This is how we remember them and remember the things that happened. So,
Cool. Can I ask a question?
of course,
When you go back to say your family can participate in things like that, can your family who's not operating on the same computer you are have access to these memories so they can go in and write memories of their own or tag pictures on
yes,
their own of people that you don't exactly know?
that's the beauty of having the global tree. I know that there's some frustrating aspects of this global tree, but the beauty of the global tree is that as long as they log in, member or non-member, it doesn't matter. They can see everything else. So they could go in here to memories, and let's say that, well, let me look at somebody maybe I haven't entered in. Let me go back to maybe a photo that I didn't put in here. Because I have one cousin that's been adding a lot to the family tree.
John, an example of this is I have pictures of my husband's birth father that his family doesn't seem to have. And so I have gone in and added them to his birth father's page that was created by his relatives that I've never met and that have never met me.
Okay, cool.
I have also a suggestion because I have used this app to be able to interview my mom about my grandparents. So you can record audio, and if you don't know what to ask to the person, they give you a list of questions. If you put record audio and it says questions like, what were your parents like? They give you suggestions of what things to ask to a person if you're trying to interview them. And you can record them and attach them to a person in your family tree. It's really great.
So where is that? How do you find that?
So if you open your Memories app,
Okay.
you're gonna show pictures, and
Right.
on the bottom there's a plus button,
Okay.
and you click there, and it gives you 4 options, and it says audio, add audio. Can you read it?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so sorry, it's gonna be backwards. So record audio, and then immediately we show you a long list of questions you can ask.
That's cool. Okay.
Oh my goodness, right there in the app. I didn't know that.
And then in the bottom, you just click start recording, and you can record it and attach it. When the recording is done, you attach it to a person in your family tree,
Oh.
or to several people if you want to. But it is very nice when you don't have a computer with you. You can just pull
Yeah.
up your phone, and it's faster actually sometimes than to do that.
So that's a family search app?
Yeah, so this
Okay.
is called the Memories app. So
Oh, the
On your
memory.
phone, on your phone.
it's an app. It's called Family Search Memories, and it's green. The family is separate from the Family Tree app.
Okay.
This is a separate. It's called
And-
Family Search Memories.
Family search memories. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and you need to log in again for it, but it will only show you memories, nothing else.
Oh.
You
That
can
is an
also-
example of our modern phones that they have built-in voice recorders.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I'm not as good with the phone, so I really appreciate that.
I've never
it's just
done
like-
that. That's a good one for me to learn.
Yeah, and you can add your own pictures that are in your phone to memories very easily without having to transfer the pictures to your computer. So you would just do the plus button again, and I think you can add document or add photo or add story or add recording. Sorry, my son is knocking on the door. But you can add it that way. I'll be back in a little bit.
Wow.
Okay, John, while she's doing that, here on this Mary Irvin, right here, these documents were not posted by me. They were posted by my cousin, Jay Cookson. But if I wanted to, I could click the image and tag people, or I could up here, if it didn't let me tag it, then I could do it. But it allows me to go ahead and I can tag things as well. And I can add information. I can add a story. I can add event date, event place. So unless they've made it private where I can't see it, it's open to everybody. So that's what makes it nice, is like she might, I posted this picture here. Well, let's say that somebody knew about this photo. They could actually go in there and they could add a story, add event place, add a description, or if they wanted to, add the story. So by adding all these pictures that I have, they may have the stories that go with the pictures.
Oh, great. Okay.
Oh, I want to show you one more thing too, which you probably already know, but in case you don't, let me go back to Doris because I was going to show you on her. Remember, go to view tree. I'm lost, so I have to click home to get back to home. Let's say for Doris, I want to have a picture. See how I have a picture for everybody else? I want her to have a picture too. All I have to do is click on her little silhouette here, add portrait, and then go in here and choose which one I would like. So let's pick this one right here. Then I just have to move this around. See how my little hand here moves around. And then if it's too small or too big, I can do this plus and minus until I get it just the way I want it. Save it as a portrait. And that little timer there says it's processing. And after a little bit, it'll be processed and she'll have a picture.
You can also change which picture you like in that square.
Yes, yes. Which is what I did. She already had a picture there. So I took out the picture so I could show you how.
And sometimes we have to have a little bit of tolerance for people who choose a different picture that's not our favorite.
True.
Amen.
Okay, do you have questions on memories or anything else for that matter?
There are some chat questions, I think.
You what? Sorry?
I think there are some chat questions.
Okay, ask them.
Well, my computer says, I'll just ask my question and then other people can ask their own. If you add photos that only you can view, what happens if you die? Are they lost to Family Tree?
Oh, good question. I
don't know.
Not lost, but nobody else can see them. I'm not sure what happens after a person dies with that. That's a good question. Sorry, I don't know the answer.
Somebody answered that though. Vanessa answered that, I think, in one of the comments she made on chat. But
Yeah, I think so.
But my grandmother just recently passed away. And I think one of my uncles did another, or no, it wasn't her. Someone passed away and there was like 2 or more of them. Because there was 2 or 3 of them that says there was alive. Everyone needs to change it to that they passed away. Oh, it was one of my husband's uncles that passed away. But I could only change one of them because once they die, they need the person who created a record. They need to put that they passed away. If they don't change that, you can't merge all the duplicates, and you can't do the temple work too. So it needs to be shown that they pass away. And whatever,
Well, a lot of
whatever
times,
things, whatever
just-
memories that they have, they can be shared. They become public. But
they do become public after they pass away or not?
yeah,
They-
but now that they have the choice of doing public and private, so I'm not sure what are the rules now that they changed that. I think they changed that to protect privacy for some people, but yeah, that's a good question to ask Family Search because they changed that recently. It used to be everything was going to be public as soon as you pass away, or that you put someone that passes away. But you can ask. So
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
you're welcome. That's
Right. Do you have any questions other than on the last two classes that we had, or any problems that you're having you would like to have a answer to?
I would like the family history centers to be open, but they're not.
Yeah, I know the one in Salt Lake is starting to invite some of the companies, 2 people in at a time, because my boss was invited. So we can now send in researchers, but only 2 a day. So they're starting, at least they're starting. That lets us know that they're testing it out to see how it works. So that's encouraging. And with our center, with the high-speed scanner, we still need to discuss how we want to work that so that you all can have access to it to get your pictures scanned. I've just been very slow. I just have had a lot on my brain lately, I guess.
Yeah, but
If
anyway,
you have something specific you want, let us know, and maybe we can arrange to either look it up for you or to schedule a time when you can come in or something.
Yeah.
mm,
And if there's, especially like obituaries, I mean, I got a list of 5 today from Elizabeth, and I was able to just, within 5 or 10 minutes, I got them all copied and sent to her. So,
do any of you know what is the status of them scanning the microfilms? Were they supposed to be done next year or the next 2 years to scan all the microfilm?
I don't know.
Or
I had a goal, but I don't know what
Yeah.
the goal is.
yeah, that's okay if you don't know. It's like a big goal. It's just nice to see it from home. I don't mind doing microfilm. It's just a lot of work.
Well, especially now with COVID days, was that an inspired move to start digitizing those when they did?
Mm-hmm.
So, well, we can end early, and we can have a closing prayer, and then if anyone has questions that they would like to ask afterwards, then we could do that.
Or requests for specific lessons coming up.
I
In fact,
assume,
will you review your schedule for us of what lessons are scheduled?
Nancy, if you can tell us, I kind of sent out a general idea that probably you'll teach until close to Thanksgiving, and then in January I'll do the immigration class. So,
okay.
but I'm
That-
guessing that you won't be teaching over the holidays in December. Is that right?
That I will not,
Right. Is that right?
nor Thanksgiving weekend.
Right. Right.
Um,
So,
but I don't have a specific list of classes coming up except that I'm not ready yet to teach a migration lesson, but I want to teach a migration lesson. But if there's somebody that says, oh, I specifically wanted a class on such and such, I'd like to do it soon.
all right. Nancy, would you give us a closing prayer?
Yes, thank you. Our Father in heaven, we are grateful that we've had this chance to have our brains inspired about things that we can do to save family memories, pictures, documents, stories, and other memories that we might be able to make them available for us and for those that we know and those that we don't know to be inspired by them as well. Please guide our hearts that we will have little ideas that we will then be able to sit down and put those memories in. Father, we're thankful for the direction and leadership that we have from Sister Rogers, and we ask thee to continue to bless her, that she might be able to give us inspiration about things that we can do in order for our family history and to help those in our families and in our friends be interested in things they can do for family history. We love thee. These blessings we are thankful for and ask in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you all for coming.
I miss you guys.
Good
See
to
you,
see
Sharon.
people's faces.